Why did your Pisces leave you? I kind of made a list of a few things, and my moon is in Pisces, my Venus is in Pisces, and in Vedic astrology, my sun is in Pisces. In Western astrology, my sun sign is in Aries. And so I can't get away from the Pisces energy. And in a weird way, it's not that confusing why a Pisces left you, but then it is for people who don't understand spirituality, people who don't understand a sense of ambiance, people who don't, people who aren't sensitive, um, may not understand. So this might help you understand. And I would say number one is the way you're behaving convinced them that you're not the you're not the ideal, you're not romantic enough, you're not the right person to fit into the vision of what Pisces wants for themselves in a relationship. So, in a weird way, you did it. And it could have been you fight too much with your family. It could be you're using really foul language. It could be uh, you're too negative, you know, you're too out of control. And so, in a weird way, you burst the vision of this beautiful life together. So that's the number one reason why Pisces left you. Number two is Pisces knew you weren't that. And so they weren't really intending on being in a long term connection with you. They knew what you guys had was in the moment, just for today, friends with benefits, and and so there was no vision. So in both cases, the vision's not there. It broke. So they were never into your vision. Yeah, so that was number two. Number three, which in a weird way could be number one, is you're untrustworthy. On some level, you showed a Pisces that you lie, that you're not your word, that your actions and your words don't come together. So, in a weird way, you're betraying trust. You're untrustworthy. How can you stay in love or truly be in love if there's no trust? So, if you don't let down your guard and let Pisces into you, water likes to seep into things and also receive things. So, if you don't let the Pisces into you, then they're going to fill that wall and swim around it or move on, not even stay to play. So, a lot of people withhold love. A lot of people withhold admiration, compliments, a lot, even joy and happiness, excitement. They withhold it because they think if they express it, then maybe someone will take it away and then they have no more love, happiness to give. So, it's a scarcity thing for some people. They just hold on thinking, well, I have a little bit of love and a little bit of joy. So if I share it, then I'm going to lose it. And so that would be like a belief pattern. Really, when you open up and share your love, it creates more. When you share your excitement, it creates more. So you withholding yourself, you holding back, you not being silly, you not being happy, you not being excitable, you not being honest, you not sharing when you're really hurt. So vulnerability, you got to let your guard down. So if a Pisces was interested in you and you never let your guard down, it you might have lured people to you like a magnet because you keep it all inside. But then you're not relatable. The mirror isn't reflecting positive images for the other person to see themselves in. They don't get to see happiness. They don't get to see joy. They don't get to see relaxation and chill and fun and silly and the full range of emotions. They're going to leave you really quick. They're gonna go, okay, I'm not gonna stick around for years. I'm gone. You know? So so kind of going with number one, uh, is you not convincing them that you fit into the role that they are envisioning, is when you think about lovers, they're like madly in love with each other, like limerence, you know? There's like this halo effect. And if you can't rekindle the romance, if you can't rekindle the passion and the infatuation, and that my eyes are only for you and you're only for me, and you kind of can't get absorbed into each other, then your Pisces isn't going to stay, because in a weird way they create this alternate reality where love and romance exist forever, and the love and the romance heal both of you, and you're somehow like invincible. You know, it somehow will be an energy, a source of life, and your finances improve and your relationships improve and your whole life improves, and pretty soon you're living this like higher vibrational life, you know, or just that's kind of a little bit more on metaphysical terms, but you're just living a better life, you know. You get the promotion, your house is secure, like creates the stability. And Pisces does it through love and romance. And in a weird way, it's kind of fantasy, but then reality is just a dream that we keep choosing, we keep voting for. And so when you are maybe you're rooted into things that are too practical, uh, you're voting out of the Pisces dream and they're leaving you because they're not there for that. They're there to create this magical bubble. So, let's see, you lied. So, number 4, let's see. So, the thing with Pisces is they want to worship you. So, it's like maybe when you guys first met and didn't know each other, you were looking hot. And then when you start showing them these other sides of you, like when you're feeling lazy or when you're dirty, you didn't like clean up for a few days, you know, you let yourself go, you didn't comb your hair, you know, the house is a wreck, what you cook is not what you were presenting at first. It's like false advertisement. It's like you lied to them. And so then they're like, you're this other person, you took this mask off. And they're like, I fell in love with the shiny mask, the golden mask that you were showing me. I didn't know it comes with this gray one and this cracked mask and this old one and this creepy one and this whining one and this immature one. And so then they're like, who are you? So they feel betrayed. So you have to transition better, like a little smoke and mirrors on your part, to help them accept the other parts of your personality. If you throw all of them all at once, it's hard to accept all that. So if you force your resentment, if you force your unhealed wounds from past relationships and your childhood onto your Pisces, but then yet still try to do it in the context of a relationship, that's not going to work. You need to go to therapy for that. You know, spare your Pisces that. Even though they're very open, they love to listen, they don't realize that you're going to now unload all your burdens. You're going to go, great, someone loves me and they're listening to me. Now I'm going to just unload the dump truck on them. Don't do it. Even if Pisces is saying, yeah, I can handle it. No. Be wise. Go to a therapist. Go to your mom. Go to your friends. Go to other people to unload and to heal all that stuff. And then you can even be honest with your Pisces. You're like, babe, thank you for thinking that through your love and your devotion and your admiration for me, that you could handle all this. I'm going to really spare you that and go to a therapist, or, talk to my mom for 3 hours on the phone, or whatever it takes, uh, to really, they can't take it all. There's a reason why, too. Pisces sometimes loves you more than you love yourself, cares about more than you care about yourself, empathizes deeper with you more than you empathize with yourself. So a lot of Pisces know you better than you know yourself. And it's because they empathize with their special person so deeply, you're literally a piece of them. And it's like, it's not like you're an arm or a leg. It's not like, oh, I see my hand over there. It's like, no, I feel I feel inside myself. My arm wants to move. I feel the mental command of me willing my hand to move. They're feeling you from the inside out. So that's kind of what's going on with Pisces. And Pisces might even show that outwardly. It's almost like, wouldn't it be cool if you had this like magical meter that when you walked into a room, you could tell what the vibes were and what was going on? Usually just look at a Pisces face. Those are the vibes. They're like a mood ring, you know, but you're not understanding it's inside out, not outside in, it's inside out. It's deep from within. So I'm just going to maybe piss off a whole bunch of people and say Pisces is the most sensitive, most psychic, most intuitive sign there is, you know, but doesn't mean they can manage it. Because they need lots of space, they need tranquility, they need a sanctuary, they need to, you know, and so that's another thing. Even though you love being together, Pisces needs space. Pisces definitely does enmeshment. All water signs enmesh. They don't have boundaries, and they love to lose themselves in the ecstasy of relating with you, to feel your love as their love, and to be one with you and to merge and all this stuff. They love it. Um, Pisces does it on mind, body, and spirit. They want to merge with you physically, which obviously is sexual. But it also means care too, caring, loving touch. But they want to, so that was physical. They want to merge with you mentally. They want to discuss things and have their minds open, and they want to explore beliefs, and they want to explore philosophies and all kinds of stuff mentally. So, but then they also want to do it on the soul level. They want to feel your energy. They want to explore energies and feel everything. And when you put up roadblocks to, like, say physically, you're not a touchy person, or you're not like a caring, giving, warm person, that might be a turnoff. Or your sexual expression is one dimensional in bed, that could be a turnoff. So open-minded, open-hearted, open in the body is great. And then also to be inviting, to kind of let your Pisces know, you can do all these things with me. Like, you might seem rigid. You could even say, oh, let's explore this together. This togetherness is a real thing for Pisces. So they're getting offended every time you make a decision on your own. and you exclude them. You know, when you're always in the power position, learn the passive power of Pisces. Learn there's other ways to guide a relationship that doesn't require assertiveness. Um, it's more contemplative, it's more reflective. You know, you kind of sit and you let it linger in your minds and you come up with these exotic dream solutions together. You know, strokes of genius happen. So if you allow this genius expression into your relationship, you're going to get a lot from your Pisces. So, moving on. Uh, you need to let them help you. Help you. Pisces are really good at being the support system for others. And if you don't let yourself bloom, then you'll be very disappointing to the gardener of your soul, which is Pisces. So they might leave you because you're not allowing your you're not allowing yourself to be cared for as deeply as your Pisces wants to care for you. So you might feel unworthy of the love, unworthy of the. You may have never experienced the depth of attention and love you get from your Pisces, and you might mistaken that for weakness. You might mistaken that for. You could twist it all around. You might think that they're needy, when really they're there to help you heal your soul. So, if you're not letting them heal your soul, put your mind back together, then that would be a strong reason why your Pisces will leave you. You know, let's see. The other one is you never created safety. Uh, you can't really have trust unless there's safety. You have to create the magic bubble of safety. And safety comes with permission. I give you permission to be all of yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, the profane, the holy, the great, the wise, the immature, the silly, the frightening, the tyrannical, the monstrous, the judgmental, the prejudiced, the bigot. All you gotta, the black, the white, the good, the evil. Like, that is permission. That is safety. Is it safe to yell? Is it safe to break down? To have so is it safe to surrender and be vulnerable? Um if you're not willing to be that, you're not really providing the space for it, because you're a part of that space. And so a Pisces will leave. They won't feel comfortable because the reality is you won't open up, or you won't let them fully open up. We might have these expectations, oh, a man needs to be strong, or a man needs to be silent, or doing everything for me. And so then we assume that the feminine side is the permission to release, permission to be vulnerable, permission to cry. Um, so create a space of safety and permission, creativity, a little fun, lots of love, you know, and within yourself and around you and in your environment. So there's this level of authenticity that has to happen to create that sense of permission and safety, which is going to create trust. So you're not going to be lying to your Pisces because you're undermining safety, which then creates the trust. And so it's like, if you want your love to grow deeper and have more texture, have more depth to it, have more flavor to it, there's a lot more than just surface level love and fascination and interest. A lot of people think, how do I get my needs met? I'll get in a relationship. and I want to take this, and I want to take that, and I want to take this. And no one's thinking, what do I need to give to the relationship to help myself get what I want? How do I give more of me? So it's like two givers need to come together instead of a giver and a taker. It's two givers need to come together. A lot of people feel guilty to receive the love that they think they don't deserve, which is really kind of what's going on if it's truly a Pisces relationship. So that's what I have to say pretty much on it. I don't know if you could win your Pisces back, because usually they'll stick into it and they'll give everything. They'll give their soul to their relationship. And when we don't honor that, our culture doesn't honor that level of giving, that level of compassion, that level of understanding, that level of 110% in to relationships, to a partnership, that when it's broken, the Pisces may never recover. The Pisces could even commit suicide. The Pisces could go into a cycle of self-destruction that lasts forever. Like, so it could be a long time before your Pisces is even willing to entertain or come back to you. I would say it's rare for there to be a Scorpio that's made it to the status of Phoenix. It's rare for a Pisces to be living in the upper octave, the exalted deity form of Pisces, because they get trapped in overgiving, giving to the wrong people. They get, because it's a boundaries issue. They give so much and they're so concerned about others, they neglect themselves. So there's a lot of self-neglect. They don't manage their empathy. They're so empathic. They don't know how to manage that and not take responsibility for other people's process, and really start taking responsibility for themselves and being empowered. So there's a lot of dysfunctional Pisces. So the dysfunctional is non-committal. The dysfunctional is refusing to balance a grounded life with their fantasy life, weaving them together to create an ultimate life. So signs of dysfunctional Pisces is lying, being unsafe, being non-committal, being weak, serving everyone else but themselves, not having a savings account, not holding down a job, drinking all the time, like being prone to addictions and escapism. These are all negative Pisces, and you shouldn't stay with those ones. They're toxic. So I guess the last one, it's all on Pisces. It's Pisces' choice if they want to be with you or not. Pisces actually might need help getting out of those dark spaces. There's been a few times in my life where I thought I was having a mental breakdown. And really what was going on is I just was working myself, working and working and working and absorbing all the environmental energy from retail till I maxed out. Then I needed like a week to a month off to recalibrate. And so empaths struggle with feeling their environments and feeling other people so strongly, they neglect themselves, and they need to spend more time on self-care. So that's why the Pisces needs to leave. That's why they escape, is to sort everything out. Pisces do live on a different level. They are aware of probably more than you know, and they work a lot of it out in their dreams. They work a lot of it out through just inner reflection. So I always think relationships just come down to energy matches. Besides being able to match and have relatable energy, the energy also needs to support Their type of energy needs to support you, and your type of energy needs to support them. So I think supportive energy is number one. So you got to really look at where you're at and be conscious of the energy. If your energy truly isn't supportive of your Pisces, you're not going to be able to keep it no matter what. So, energy, just, you know. And then last, Pisces is, I would have to say, psychic. And I make a lot of my decisions based on visions and dreams that I've had. I had a vision that one of my boyfriends was seeing someone else. I trusted it and I waited, and it was true. I had a vision that someone I was interested in goes home and drinks all the time. I waited a little while. Turned out it was true. So I had a vision that my nieces were fighting at my parents' house. Called my mom. Turned out it was true. And so I have enough experience with my dreams and visions that I kind of know the difference between making something up in my mind and then just having understanding kind of come to me. Another thing is I can just get information that just comes to me. Like I'll be like, why didn't that work out? And then the information hit me. It goes, some people are afraid of people who work with metaphysical stuff. So that's why those relationships didn't work out. You need to pick relationships where people are supportive of metaphysical ideas and philosophies. So Pisces can just get answers. My last relationship, I was like, why didn't it work out? And then and I had to wait for it. I might have had to wait a month for it, 3 months for it. Then the information came, and at a random time, and it was, well, he's actually jealous. He feels, and I was like, oh. And then, another year later, information came, and it was like he doesn't feel worthy of the love that you're giving him. It's bringing up his unworthy issues. So it's better to not like you than to do the inner work. And I'm like, that's sad that he wouldn't want to receive all that. He can't allow himself to receive the love because he feels so unworthy. And so information through visions, through dreams, through psychic knowing just happens with your Pisces. So I know one real reason why a lot of people won't date me is because it's kind of hard to be around someone who is a living truth detector, that you can't really lie to. It's like, or the strength of the relationship is super strong. Like I can physically in my own body feel my partner. And I like it like that. I think it's unique and special, but others might not be so at ease with such a tight connection energetically. Like lots of space, you know, but like a deep bond. So once again, inside out. So the experience, Pisces is experiencing it all within. So I would say if you could go within yourself and enjoy the inner life, then you'll be kind of swimming in the same universe as Pisces. And then you can have more relatability, shared dreams, shared visions, shared empathic and telepathic communication. It's like if you can share on that level, then you'll probably never lose your Pisces. So I don't know if I mentioned that you need to help your Pisces. uh, uh, Pisces want you to be their strength and their muse, but they also, in a weird way, want your support to help bring out the best in them. So if you're there to actually give to your Pisces, and giving in supporting, helping them have boundaries and be the greatest version of themselves, then your relationship should be working. Uh, so they want your respect and they want to respect you. They want to worship you and heck, they want to be worshiped too. So think power couple, think divine relationship, think inside out. And that's my video on Pisces.